Alright, welcome back to World History with Mr. McCall. We're going to continue where we left off with agriculture. What is agriculture? Let's start with a definition. Agriculture is the business of farming. Still very popular today. Very different though. Business of farming, specifically we're talking about growing crops and raising animals. Two different types of food, just two different types of farming. All right, so for our sentence, let's do the farmer studied agriculture at college. Something they do teach at some colleges, not all colleges. I think if you went to NYU, you would have a difficult time studying agriculture. Whereas if you go to Kansas, you might be able to find that. All right, so for our picture of a farmer, agriculture, I'm going to put a person. We're going to revisit our person with a pitchfork. And let's go back to the fields. Make a little hat. And I think that makes some good plants. Makes sense to me. Business of farming. Looks good. Let's keep going. Next up, nomad. Now, nomads are people that move from place to place. They don't have a home. They don't have one place that they stay at. They basically follow their food. So I'm going to say humans without a permanent shelter. All right? They generally follow their food. So nomad might follow a pack of buffaloes, and that's their food. They're not going to build a permanent home, because if they build a permanent home and the buffaloes move, they don't have any food. So they move along and follow the buffalo or whatever animal or food they're following. So let's say the nomad hey, we can do a really simple one. The nomad followed, even better, let's do the nomad migrated with the bison. Very good. Now let's see if we can draw a picture for this. Let's get our pen out. See if I can draw some. That is not a bug, that is actually a bison. That is an interesting picture, but what we see here is a person that is following a bison. I'm going to put another bison. Not because the first one was so good, but because bisons usually travel in packs. So we got a couple of bison. And they're being followed by a nomad right here. Alright, this is our nomad. Let's circle them. All right, next up is trade. Now, what is trade? Well, trade is basically the exchange of products, the exchange of resources, buying and selling. All right, so let's say the buying and selling of resources. And I do like the term exchange here. So let's say Ned traded his buffalo skin for Nell's hand axe. How's that? So we have Ned hunting and getting a buffalo, and Nell has actually created a hand axe, and she's going to trade that hand axe, something that can cut, with Ned. Beautiful. So now let's draw our picture. I'm going to draw two people, and they're going to be trading. So let's draw our people. Got one here, one here. Alright, so this person is trading something with this person, and it's two different things. Alright, this might be a tool of some sort, this might be, I don't know, maybe food, but they're exchanging something. This person has something that this person wants, this person has something that this person wants, so they trade. They exchange. Alright, now let's talk resources. Now, resources are just something that meets a need. An item that meets a need. Alright, so maybe you have a need for food, in which case food might be your resource. Maybe you have a need for tools, in which case your tools are your resource. Maybe it's gold. Maybe it's a certain type of stone, obsidian. There's several different types of resources. Let's say Ned had obsidian, which is a type of stone. Ned had obsidian, and that was his best resource. Alright. Now, how can we draw a picture for resources? Let's do a picture of a person. And they are bent over, and they're picking up a black rock, and this is obsidian. Now, obsidian was a really good rock because you could break it apart, you could fracture it, meaning you can just like break it against another rock, and it would make really sharp edges, which is a good thing if you want to use it to make a sharp tool. And we are finished. That is part 2 of our vocabulary related to hunter-gatherers transitioning to farming. Take care.